Welcome to GREYS, your one-stop shop to finding winners across Australia from the world of greyhound racing. Host David Shortte is joined by Hall of Famer Neil Brown, Jason Campbell to look at Queensland and Tasmanian chasing, Sean Matheson looking at South Australian chasing, New South Wales expert Simon Orchard, and the Shane Train Williams rounds it out with his key plays and kennel mail in WA. Now, over to the team for this week's edition of Great Greys.
Good morning and welcome along to Great Greys on this Thursday, the 4th of September. Where's this year going? Great to have your company. Looking forward to catching up with the Shane Train Williams. We'll have Jace Campbell with us today. Neil Brown looking at all the action there at Sandown. Sean Matheson and Simon Orchard over the next hour here on TAB Radio. Looking to find you plenty of winners in the world of a greyhound racing. Let's catch up with our great mate, the Shane Train, and see how his week's progressed back from the Q2 up there in Parklands, where it wasn't a lot of luck for Iconic Jet, but I'm sure it was an incredible experience. Let's find out from the man himself. Welcome to you, Train.
Yeah, good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners. Yeah, it certainly was a fun weekend up there, Shorty, and obviously things didn't go our way, but nonetheless, it was a good experience, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. And main thing is the dog's pulled up 100%, and obviously he's in Saturday night, so he'll be fit, raring to go.
Absolutely. Just quickly back to last Saturday night. Obviously, as you alluded to, it didn't go 100% to plan. The dog actually stepped quite well. It was probably in the top 2 or 3 out of the lids, but it got very messy with, a bit of a surprise with the outside division actually. Dogs that are well known normally for showing incredible early pace, they all managed to get across into a spot, worked across, and that sort of jammed the middle to inside runners and left the outside division across and gone.
Yeah, I think Tony Brett probably needs to buy me a beer, I think, because it was my dog that sort of created that path for the outside 3 dogs. Well, that's how I read it anyway. He came out really well, my dog. I thought he was the first to begin, and then he got off the mat onto the sand, and he had a little stumble and lost his balance. And then when he sort of regained his balance, that's when he started to head left. He crashed left and obviously just done some damage to the inside 4. And then that just left the path for 6, 7, and 8 out wide to get over. And obviously, when Tim Zoo led, I think most people would have been counting their money, but that dog at Cumbria Jack, he's a freak. We've seen it. I remember having a chat to you off air, like when he won that heat of that Brisbane Cup, like how did he win that heat, you know? So for a young dog to run down Tim Zoo and if you watch the replay, actually pulled away from him. So I don't think there's any dog in Australia that can do that, Shorty. So he's got the world at his feet, that dog.
Yeah, big style. That was a stunning performance from Cumbria Jack and Tony Brown, and also probably underlines the advantage, a home track advantage, which was certainly to the fore there. Tim Zoo didn't lose too many. Morris Flying Zulu was very good. And in the distance final, experience can often count for a lot, and it was the seasoned campaigner, Ethanol Water, who was able to take luck out of the equation by spearing out, and from that point onwards, never really looked like getting rolled. Without a Trace was good in defeat. A really smart dog. It's got a very bright future, but the dog that's been there and done it went there and did it again.
Yeah, it was probably all over when she stepped to the front. I think she's been a real good bit, Shorty, and it outlines the importance of international bloodlines, with Droopy Sydney being her sire. And I also think she goes a lot better at different sort of tracks, and rather than just sticking at the Meadows or Sandown, she gets on the road, and it opens up a new lease of life for her, basically. She's up there. I actually spoke to the gentleman that's looking after her up there, Greg Brennan, I think his name is, and I met him on the Friday night at the awards night. He was a lovely man and obviously takes good care of the dog. He said he had to leave early to go and let her out for a last a toilet break before the evening was done, and no surprise to see her come out and win that. And she was probably a bit stiff to miss out on Brand of the Year last year, which was taken out by Explicit at that awards night.
Yeah, really smart campaigner, and the Vicks dominating the distance final there with Ethanol Water and the up-and-coming star Without a Trace, both going particularly well. The dogs travelled back well, Train. You alluded to the fact that back in one piece it draws very favourably on Saturday night, it must be said. Comes up with box number 1, the wide-running Wise Barra in box number 2. He's going to get every possible opportunity you would expect there on Saturday night. Iconic Jet in a heat of the spring gift brought to us by Fuller Fitness.
Yeah, no, he really did. He actually, when I went to get him out after the races, on Saturday night he was up and about, so I knew he'd pulled up fine. And we flew home Monday night and got off the plane. He hadn't lost any weight, and he's really good. He just had a gallop on Wednesday to get rid of some jet lag, and he galloped really well. And looking forward to Saturday night. Although it's going to probably be a wet track, which I don't think he really likes. But yeah, there's no excuses there. He's got box 1 and, like you said, Wise Barra in 2. So it should be a good final if they all get through.
Indeed. The rest of the experience while you're away, the dinners, the opportunity to catch up with some of the other key players in Australian greyhound racing, what was it like representing your state?
Yeah, no, it was really good. I obviously got to meet a lot of people and obviously some old friends. There was some friends over from New Zealand and, all around Australia. Everyone got together and obviously, had a good chat and, just real good catch-up. All the events were great. Britt Taylor actually hosted the Greyhound of the Year Awards on Friday night. I thought she'd done an outstanding job for someone that's not a greyhound person. She must have done her research. She asked some very good questions to the trainers and the award winners. So it was a great night. And obviously the Saturday night was a good night. It was a busy crowd there, and everything went smooth. No issues. So that'll be good for the queue moving forward. And now that the track's sort of starting to settle in, Shorty, I think you'll see some good racing up there and some good dogs heading up there as you've seen on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a special night of chasing. Really enjoyed it, and well done to yourself. And also Paul Stewart to represent WA. Well done to the pair of you. It's on again next year. Hopefully we can find ourselves back into the winners list from a Nationals perspective. Plenty going on here locally. Got good chasing to look forward to, and just quickly want to congratulate last weekend. Jamie Marsh took out the feature race double there last weekend on Friday night with his great mate Fuzz Barranca. These two have bred plenty of litters on the way through. They've had a lot of success, and it was the ultimate weekend for them, with Aussie Gem taking out the Friday night feature and then buttering up with the Peter Thomas final on Saturday night. Those two guys have been great characters within our industry for a long period of time, and for them to take out that feature race double there last weekend, I thought was a tremendous result for both. Yeah,
it certainly was. Try and get a beer off Jamie. It's a bit hard, but surely he can put his hand in his pocket, winning 2 feature finals over the weekend. But it was great work by Jamie and then Fuzz. Yeah, they've done a good job with that dog, our Aussie Salute. He's probably started his career off as a 400-metre dog at Mandurah, and he stepped up to the 520 at Kennington and won a feature race there. So, no, it's good to see, and I think they would have put a few away too on say over the weekend, them two boys.
Oh, well, so they should have done too. Our Aussie Salute's a dog that he just continued to improve, as he's always been a consistent dog, but he's now getting that distance. And what I loved about the win was just the way he bustled into position there on Saturday night. He was in an awkward spot early, and he just there was a real get out of my way sort of feel to it. He really bustled hard and worked hard to get that spot up front. And once he got there, he really cashed in. But watch that replay a few times, and it really shows a dog that wants to win and wants to please its owners and trainer, and wants to be out there doing its best. It was a really, really impressive performance. So well done to the boys. More great chasing to look forward to this weekend. We've touched on the fact you've got Iconic Jet drawn box 1 in a heat of the spring gift there. There's 2 of those heats on Saturday night out at Cannington. Light on for numbers, but high in quality, and another really good program. Just a 10 racer there at Mandurah on Friday night. So a really good weekend of chasing upcoming here in the West. What about tonight down there at Mandurah? Train, is there something that you like we can get a few bucks out of heading into the weekend?
Yeah, I thought we'd kick it off race 4, number 2, Better Half, racing really well. Stepped up to the 400-metre journey last week. Flew out, found the lead, and just didn't quite run the trip out. I think better suited back to the 300 tonight, where obviously it looks much better suited. Drawn in low as well. I think it will give a great sight, race 4, number 2.
4-2, Better Half, the next of them?
Yeah, 5 classic story. This one's first up from Victoria. It's got some handy form over there. There's a 25-30 at Shepparton there on its form in not too many runs back, and that's a really nice run at Shepparton. Does look a nice race for him to kick off his Western Australian debut here. And we know Cody Charles has a knack of getting these type of dogs from Melbourne and winning first up with them, Shorty. So I think we can jump on board this one. Classic Story, race 5, number 5.
Yeah, something you've got plenty of for race 5, number 5, Classic Story. And the third of them?
Yeah, 12-8, the last race, Ida Keeping. Nice race with plenty of chances. I liked the run last week when she led. There was no match for Alfie Tux, who actually blew the clock up that night. And I thought she could get a lovely card into this race, courtesy of Rosetta Street in box 7. And her only 2 appearances wearing the 8 box, Shorty. She's had a win in the second, so it does like it out there. Ida Keeping to finish us off.
All right, so the floss runner to bring it home, race 12, number 8, Ida Keeping, to go with 4-2 and 5-5. Outside of Iconic Jet, anything else from the kennel that we can keep an eye out for over the next few days? I thought that last night there at Cannington, the runner-up performance that was handed in there in race number 7 by Pam Keeping was a good, solid performance. That greyhound can nick one again soon.
Yeah, she lost the way there for a bit, and I don't think she appreciated running on the wet tracks either. But it was a good run from her last night. She'll just get that early speed and probably pinch one soon. And I don't mind Zenny Bale Saturday night. He's probably could have run him in the spring gift feeds, but I just think he's screaming out for 600 metres, and I don't particularly like racing in country races, but I just thought he's just desperate for 600, so he's got the one hard race. There's plenty of chances, but I think he'll run well with Zenny Bale Saturday night.
All right, so we'll keep our eyes peeled there on Saturday night. Zenny Bale, that's race 6, number 1, to run a big race over the 600 metres. Beautifully done, Train. Really appreciate your time as always here on TAB Radio. Glad you enjoyed the trip up there to Queensland, and good luck with your runners over the weekend.
Thanks, Shorty. All the best, punters.
There we have it. The Shane Train Williams joining us this morning here on TAB Radio. It's now 14 minutes after 10 o'clock. We're pretty smooth sailing when it comes to races throughout the course of the program for today. We've got the first race for broadcast there coming up at 10:50 from Coffs Harbour, but we may well have the stumps pulled by then. So just a quick look at that particular market. Matty, some 35 minutes away, the first race for broadcast this morning here on the show.
Peter Graham, new rider for number 4 here. Note in the first, 205 from $1.70 now, Cool Waters, and $5.50 into $3.40, Taylor's Rage, $10.50 for that opening event. It is the first leg of the first quaddie today at Coffs Harbour.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
Where it's time to catch up with Jason Campbell, find some winners tonight up there in Queensland. Down in Tassie, the young gun joins us now. Hello, JC.
Hey, Shorty, how are you, mate?
Going beautifully, thanks, mate. Really nice to have your company, as always. It was great to see the spotlight up there at the Q2 last Saturday night. Tremendous performances in the National Sprint and Distance Championships, and the chasing continues there this evening.
Yeah, 100%. It was a great win from Cumbria Jack, obviously taking ground off Tim Zhu and co and running them down. And he looks like he's got a really, really promising future. Obviously, he's already a Group 1 winner now, but he's a dog that I'm very excited to see where he goes next. And I guess $1 million chase is probably the top thing on his list.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very smart. That was a huge performance to be basically spotting Tim Zhu a start and give it a beating. Not too many canines on the planet could do anything like that, so it was a huge performance. What about tonight up there at the Q2? Do you like a few?
Yep, I got 2 plays for tonight. The Nice and Short, trained by the same trainer. So hopefully Jeff Crawford can get a double. Got to kick off in race 6, playing the 7 here, Validate. I just feel like he's found his right race here, 5th grade race. He's coming out of a lot of open grade races of late. His lone start here, he placed in 29.85, which should see him win a race of this nature. I just think the favourite, Miss Hazel, or joint favourite, she's just got to cop a little bit of pressure early from 2 Centilli, who's been beginning quite well and just diving a bit to the fence. So I think Validate's gone exactly where he wants to be. 7-dog field suits him too, and if he's anywhere close enough on that first corner, he should prove too strong late in the piece.
All right, race 6, number 7, Validate, the first of the specials for JC, and the second of them?
Yeah, we're going to the next race, hopefully a race-to-race double, as I mentioned, for Jeff Crawford. We've got to play the 7 here, Star Turn. He's a runner that's just coming out of much stronger races, as you see on his form guide. He's pretty much raced an open company for the best part of the last 3 months, and all you have to do is look 2 starts back. He runs third behind that dog we just mentioned, Cumbria Jack, and he's also got a few seconds there behind Blue Blends and Gambella. So I think getting back to a 5th grade race here, drawing outside, absolutely fine for a dog like this. And if he gets any luck, once again, he should be extremely hard to hold out.
Like it. Race 6, number 7, Validate. Race 7, number 7, Star Turn. So we're in and out with a pair of 7s there at the Q2 Parklands. What about down in Hobart tonight? Anything for the punters there, JC?
Yeah, not normally the best pair on a blackjack table, but hopefully it's a good pair tonight at Q2 Parklands. I wouldn't know what to do with a pair of 7s. I guess you got to see what the dealer's got.
What I'd be saying to the dealer is give me one more of those.
Yeah, well, exactly. Or if the dealer's got a 3, I might be a bit risky and split them. But anyway, we're going to go to Hobart race 2. Got to kick off with Mick. He's had 2 starts at Hobart, hasn't found the podium, but if you watch his starts, both from box A, he's had absolutely no luck whatsoever, has not been able to cross. I think box 1's a massive plus here. And I'm a little bit shirty that the 7, it has been scratched because he was an odds-on favourite, and I was very happy to take him on with a wide runner in box 6 underneath him. But I still think Don't Slip Mick represents great value in this race, and if he can just get the start right, which he has been doing in recent weeks, I think first the rail, and he should be extremely hard to run down.
All right, around that $5 mark at the moment on the fixed odds there with Tab Touch. Race 2, number 1, Don't Slip Mick.
Yep, we've got to go to Hobart now. Race 3, number 2, Bundaberg Gum. I've labelled him the best in the program. I think he just gets a really lovely map here. Billy Benson in box 1 has really, really good speed. He should be able to lead this race quite comfortably. I think Bundaberg Gum can follow him through in the second. You've got Simply Danger in box 3, who does his best work over 500 and 600 metres, and he's coming off a 2-day turnaround where, unfortunately for him in Connections, he had a bit of a tumble. I just don't think 2-day turnaround, sticking at that 340 metres and potentially with a few demons in his head, I don't think it's suitable for him. So he's taken up a lot of market there, the 3, Simply Danger. Just think Bundaberg Gum gets the right run in transit, and he's got to prove too classy for this field in race 3.
All right, race 3, number 2, Bundaberg Gum. It does conjure up some interesting images of maybe some Bundy Rum gummy bears. I don't know how tasty they'd be, but anyway, hopefully this runner is tasty from a punt perspective tonight. Anything else there at Hobart?
Yeah, the last, we're going to finish off with race 7, number 3, Time Flying. She resumes from a 90-day spell, and I'm sure Teddy Medhurst has her up to mark. He's obviously a very astute trainer, and he doesn't throw him in underdone, so I'm sure she's been trialling well. She's a bitch that has really, really high calibre of ability. I reckon she could very easily go interstate and be very competitive in races in Victoria or even New South Wales or Queensland for that matter. She's won there in 25.65, which is low flying. She's had 9 starts over the track and trip for 3 wins and 4 placings, and she thinks she finds the right race here on resumption. Vista Yank in box 1 is racing well, but he's yet to break the 26-second barrier, and he's got Dilston Firebird in box 2, who has a lot of speed, been racing over the shorter distance. I think she can get out and pressure him early. Time Flying lob third, and from there, I think I'll be counting my cash Shorty because she should be running over the top of him.
I like it. Race 2, number 1, race 3, number 2, race 7, number 3 tonight there at Hobart to go along with our pair of 7s at the Q2 Parkland. 6-7 Validate, 7 Star Turn. JC, punters out there tuned in that would like to follow your handiwork, what's the best way to go about it?
Just over on X, Campbell Jason. I'll be dropping my previews tonight for Hobart 10-race program and the Q2 Parkland 10-race program.
Magnificent work, JC. Appreciate your time as always here on Great Greys, mate. Have a ripper weekend.
You too. Good luck, Shorty. See you, mate.
There we have it. Jason Campbell with us looking at the Q2 Parklands and also that program at Hobart. It's now 20 minutes after 10 here on TAB Radio. I'll throw back to Matty, see if he's got anything to clear in the studio. When we return, we'll have a chat to Neil Brown and look at this program tonight at Sandown.
Nothing doing here at the moment, Dave. We still have, 28 minutes to Coffs Harbour. Race 2 at Tamworth in 38 and the opener at Mackay. That is at 10 after 11. It is in 48 minutes from now.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
And it's time to catch up with our Hall of Famer Neil Brown, fresh back from the Nationals up there in Queensland. We'll get Brownie's perspective of them. Welcome to you, Neil. Congratulations. The Big V dominant once again there in the Nationals, taking out the distance Quinella. 2 very, very smart stayers there, Ethanol Water without a trace, and also running 2nd and 3rd in the National Sprint Final. Very successful hit-and-run raid from the Victorians up there in Queensland.
Yes, David, good morning to you. Yes, it was... thought it might be. We had a good team, didn't we, in all of the finals. And, yes, racing spectacular out at the queue. Very, very brand new and spanking brand new, David, and we had a terrific night there. Really interesting to see 3 tracks on the one complex, and it was very interesting indeed. And racing was first class, so enjoyed it immensely and had a terrific week, David. Some great functions, and most importantly, to catch up with many of my friends from around Australia, which is a good time when we congregate in one place.
Yeah, that's the truth. A lot of great people involved in greyhound racing, and great to see them all there up at the Q2 there last week. But wonderful facility by all reports, and a wonderful event. I know Dave Simonetti was involved in once again, and anything that he's got anything to do with is always absolutely spectacular. So well done to all concerned once again for a huge event up there for the Nationals. Brownie, we've got a big 12-race program this evening there at Sandown. The first race gets underway at 4:57. It is a mixed grade 6 and 7. The Valet Patricia Ganderton over the 515 metres. Take us through your thoughts for the early and main quaddie.
Yes, very good friend of mine. A lovely woman indeed, Pat, and we lost her to after a battle with cancer. So, yes, Valet to Pat. 8, 6 and 3 for me in the first tonight. I think the 8's the one to beat. Ballerine Beauty, solid win here last week from 5, and caught the leader on the line in 29.71. I think can repeat the dose, but certainly chances to 6 and 3. Race number 2 here over the 595, a grade 5. Bit keen about Come to Party. Got him on top. Smart 29.44 winner over the sprint distance. I think Jeff Britton wouldn't have put the greyhound up over 5.95 if he thought he could handle it. And I think he's got enough early pace to lead and be the one to beat tonight. Going to take the 1 and 3 as well in the quaddie. Race number 3, of course, tonight's our Women in Racing night. David, this is our 5th edition of this, and we're really looking forward tonight. The ladies on it, we've got a packed house, and the ladies are highlighted tonight. We've got Peter Moody, recently on Sunday night inducted into the Australian Racing Hall of Fame. So Pete's with us tonight with Catherine Coleman as our special guest speaker. So looking forward to that. But race number 3, I think it's a really hard race. 5, 8, 4 and 2. I've got the 5 on top, Paul Quimby. It's a pretty open race. Has won here in 34.07, 4 and 5 from 14. Good record on the track, and won well over the 500 last week. So, but I think there's chances in a really open 5.95 mixed here. I'm going to take 8, 4 and 2 in the quaddie. Race number 4, not a lot of depth in this race. I'm going to take 2, 8 and 4, see if we can find the winner. I've got the 2 on top, Overland Boy. He's very, very short, but well drawn. Has been impressive. Best of the night here in his last start win, 29.34. And, previous best of the night at Warragul. So racing well. Going to take the 8 and 4 as well. See if we can jag the early quad. Moving into the main quad. Race number 5, first leg of the quaddie. What a great bloke, Charlie Perotta. We don't open the gates without Charlie being there. 80 years of age. Good on you, Charlie. Picks up many dogs as a catcher for the participants in our sport. So great to honour Charlie with his birthday tonight. Race number 5. I'm going to take 5, 7 and 6 here over the 7.15. Mixed 4th and 5th grade. I've got the 5 on top, Mapungalara. Probably start favourite. Racing well. Got a bit of early speed. 2 top wins here in good time. Looks the one to beat to me. Race number 7, Tully Luna is the danger. Honest without winning, always thereabouts, and has a chance tonight for sure. And the 6 Flying Envy. Super win here a couple of starts ago in a fast time of 41.74. And with a bit of luck early can be in this. So 5, 7 and 6 to kick off the quaddie. Our memorial to Karen Leake here, bitches race only in race number 6, second leg of the quaddie over the 5.15. Karen, a wonderful person in Greyhound Racing Hall of Famer in Victoria. 8, 7, 1. Got the 8 Sharapova Star on top. Very short, but looks hard to beat. On form. Excuse me, on form. 1-5 of their last 6 and racing really well, 29.35 last week. The 7, got a chance. She's wide, honest type with plenty of early pace. Best of the rest, and I think the one's well boxed. Ascend Static, well boxed here. Nice win at the Meadows last start, so we'll take 8, 7 and 1. Race number 7. He opened up now since Vincent Barr came out. Thought he looked hard to beat. Just bumped into 1 too good for him last week when he couldn't grab the bag, man. But he's out, so let's open the race up. I'm taking 3, 1 and 4 now. I think Dr. Asher goes on top. Racing well, very quick greyhound, got a lot of early pace, and I think is racing in top form on top now to beat the 1 Shimmer Time. Another very good performer, 29.36 winner here at Sandown. Well drawn tonight, and the 4 comes into it now. Here comes Diesel. Is in form, won last couple, solid Meadows win in 30 and 65. So I think here comes Denzel has got a chance. So 3, 1 and 4. Rounding the quaddy off, pretty hard race. The Judy Haley Memorial, another wonderful trainer, Melbourne Cup winning trainer, Judy. And we've been having memorial for Judy for quite some time. 6, 2, 1 and 8. I'm going to take. I've gone very wide here over the 5.15. It's a really tough race. Lady trainer's only here. I've got the 6 on top, Aston Bugsy. He's shown some early speed. He won his heat from box number 7, leading all the way. And I think in an open race is the one to beat. Blame Her, certainly a chance. Needs some luck, and is chasing okay and racing in good form. The 1, Abdullah Zulu, definitely a chance. Well drawn, lightly raced. Only had the 2 wins from 3 starts. Certainly a chance. And the 8, I'm going to throw in Spicy La Vida. Has led all the way in the heat to this race and has won a couple of races here. So we'll take 6, 2, 1 and 8 to round the quaddy off. Gee, I didn't think winners jumped out off the page at us, so I'm going to stick with race 2, number 2, Come to Party. First up over the 5.95. They're showing about 2.60, David. So he's well boxed, and I think he might make a debut over the 5.95 with a win for us tonight. So really looking forward tonight. Good crowd in, and it's always a terrific night for the women in racing across the board, but certainly in greyhound racing, and we highlight that at Sandown Park tonight, David.
Magnificent, Brownie. Love the whole concept of that. You're paying tribute to some wonderful ladies there tonight, and I'm sure you'll get a great crowd. Good luck to yourself and the club. Have a wonderful evening, and look forward to our chat again this time next week.
Good on you, Dave. Thanks, mate.
There we have it. Neil Brown joining us this morning here on a Great Greys, where it's bang on 10:30. Another man that was up there last weekend in Queensland, the Q2, soaking up all of the action and getting around the South Australian runners, was Sean Matheson. More great chasing, and I'm sure right now the town of Adelaide would be absolutely abuzz. Of course, we've got the first final tonight between Adelaide and Collingwood. A truckload of Pies fans crossing the border as we speak, invading Adelaide to get around their side tonight in the first of those finals, and I'm sure the place is absolutely heaving. Let's find out from the man himself, Sean Matheson, on this Thursday morning. Welcome to you, Sean. How's it all going across there in South Australia? No doubt it's absolute fever pitch with the first of the AFL finals ready to get underway later tonight.
Yeah, hi, David. Great to be on the show with you again. And, yeah, absolutely, talking footy, very exciting with the Crows and the Pies playing tonight. Apparently, the word around the town is everyone's knocking off around 4 o'clock and making sure they're either getting to the Adelaide Oval or watching it at home. And I'm thinking, well, that's what most people do anyway, knock off around 4. So it's going to be exciting, certainly the place to be. And obviously the proximity of Adelaide Oval, right in the centre of the city. Tonight's going to be fantastic. Hopefully a few people, while they're waiting for the footy to kick off, have a look at the Angle Park Greyhounds tonight. And obviously all the greyhound racing across Australia, because we've got some exciting greyhounds at our venue tonight and obviously in the coming weeks. But, yeah, great place to be, Adelaide, at the moment. Not for everyone, but a great place to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Port fans might disagree, given that the season they've had and the crosstown rivals are all the talk. But nonetheless, we're in for plenty of great excitement out of Adelaide tonight. And those people that are knocking off at 4, unless they've got tickets for the Adelaide Oval tonight, gives them an hour and 13 minutes to get themselves trackside to Angle Park, where they'll, I'm sure, be able to watch the game and back a few winners trackside tonight.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. Obviously, encourage people to get on course, and that's those sorts of things are available for people. We've got the big semaphore board out there that'll probably have the football in between races, but also inside the venue. And you know, it's a terrific venue for patrons, obviously, to watch greyhound racing. And you made that first statement there, David, about the queue. What a wonderful venue that was. I was very happy and privileged to be there on Nationals night for the 3 big national finals. A terrific venue, terrific to the club and the job they've done, and they put on a wonderful event. So the Nationals, there's always people are beaming about what actually happens there, but the added one is the venue, and it was spectacular. So a real credit to them. And the racing was fantastic as well. And South Australia got a little bit of glory there with Dakota Curran and Isabella's Blitz running a wonderful race to run third in the National Distance Championship. Probably a bit unexpected, but a great story they are, and a wonderful ambassador for SA Racing.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the third person on the program today that's now really given that tick of approval, and real push for just how impressive the venue is up there at the Q. So well done to everyone up in Queensland. Let's see if we can't find a few winners for the listeners today. Sean, who are we having a bet on tonight there at Angle Park?
Okay, so the first one I played will come up in race 5, and it's going to be number 4, Stormy Day, for Craig Yench, quoted around the $8 mark, which I think on an each-way play is a pretty good play for this greyhound. No luck last week in running 6 from a wide draw. Go back 2 runs ago, led up a very good quality field when just run down in running third, a personal time of 30.46. Came out in a 5.24. So hoping he can come out with that sort of speed as he's drawn a little bit closer to the rail. The favourite, who was in that race when he ran third, which was Dashing Geordie's drawn 2, probably he's going to be very hard to beat, but there's such a huge price differential that I'd be more inclined to take the $8 about Stormy Day, beginning really well. He's on the improve. I mean, he lost a bit of form. He's a Group 1 winner back in Victoria, lost a bit of form, and he's come to Craig Yench, and he's got him ticking along quite nicely. And I think with a bit of luck here at the $8, I reckon he's a big chance.
All right, race 5, number 4, Stormy Day at the nice value. Second of your plays?
Second of the plays comes up in the feature of our night, which is race 8, which is the Kings and Queens final. And a greyhound that could not have been more impressive last week, which was Take a Little, drawn box 3 tonight. Very impressive last week in the heats. First up from New South Wales, won in 30.56. Drew box 6 last week. Comes into a closer to the rail draw here, but her last section last week was very impressive. She put them away down the back straight, raced away from them to win by 5 lengths. I just see her getting a really nice run here. There's some speed on her inside. She'll get a nice tack into the race, and I think she'll just open them up down the back straight. And, looking a real nice dog of the future here in SA Racing as we head towards our bigger races as well.
Yeah, I tend to agree. That was a really strong finishing burst there, put in by Take a Little, and looks to have plenty of races up its sleeve. The former Sydney side, race 8, number 3, Take a Little, $2.80 on the fixed odds with Tab Touch. And the third of your specials tonight there, Sean?
Third comes up in the next race, and it's race 9, and it's number 2, Kenya Athena, for Kia Hurley. Kia's got this greyhound, got her ticking along quite nicely. She's won her last 2 races. A nice win at Gawler 2 runs ago over the 5.31, where she showed speed, got crossed, and then came again and won. And she steps up to the 5.95 here, which is going to be perfect for her. A really nice, solid win last start at Murray Bridge. Drawn close. She is the favourite around that sort of $2.10 mark, but I just see her leading this race, and all indications she'll run out the 5.95 without any problem. So really, really hard to beat there in race 9.
All right, the check runner there, race 9, number 2, Kenya Athena. So we've got race 5, number 4, Stormy Day each way, race 8, number 3, Take a Little, race 9, number 2, Kenya Athena. Gawler Friday, Murray Bridge Sunday, anything there for the punters?
Just a couple there. So tomorrow, one at Gawler, which will be race 8, number 3, Binaway Warrior. Is a little bit hard to catch, but a dog that has such a big motor and just a touch of luck in his races goes a long way. The 2 dog will be scratched on his inside, and the 1 dog has speed. So I just think Binaway Warrior gets into this race really well. And again, second half of the race is the best for him. So I think he'll get the luck at Gawler tomorrow, so really hard to beat. And then at Murray Bridge on Sunday night, like race 8, number 3, Sir Dodge. This is the best race on the program for trainer Lauren Harris. He's been going really well, a really good second over the 595 last start. Dog that's got, a big motor dog and has had a good success at Murray Bridge in the past. So drawn closest to the rail, really hard to hold out. But because it's such a good race, you might get a nice price for him.
Now, Sean, I'm sure you haven't done this on purpose, but there is some incredible symmetry happening here. Angle Park, the middle special tonight, race 8, number 3, Take a Little. Gawler Friday, out of the whole card, the best bet, race 8, number 3, Binaway Warrior. And you guessed it, Murray Bridge Sunday, race 8, number 3, Sir Dodge, the best of them. I'm a bit of a lunatic when it comes to matching numbers and the like there, Sean. I like the way this is heading this weekend. So let's hope when it comes to race 8, we're seeing the white rug 3 separate times on Thursday night, Friday, and then on Sunday in South Australian chasing. All the very best to you, Sean. As always, we love your work here on Great Greys. Look forward to our chat next week.
Terrific, David. We'll talk then.
There we have it, Sean Matheson here on Great Greys on TAB Radio. It's 22 minutes away from 11 o'clock. We're now 12 minutes away from our first race for broadcast, Matty, there at Coffs Harbour.
And taking a look here at that market, the favourite at $2 Cool Waters, $3.50 Taylor's Rage, and at $5.50 Caramel Fudge Sunday. It's the first leg of the quaddie, $5.5 in, $2.20 Tote number 7 Cool Waters. That first event at 10 to the hour.
You are tuned into Shorty and the team on Great Greys.
And it's time to round out the program with a chat to Simon Orchard. He's a busy boy. The $1 Million Chase, they are happening all over New South Wales, taking it to the regions. He's a man of the people. He joins us on Great Greys. Hello, Simon.
Yeah, g'day, Shorty, mate. You've just put an idea in my head. A travelling road show, just me in a bus going from town to town, covering the $1 Million Chase next year. I'll put it on the agenda for maybe 2026.
How do you go with a guitar? Have you got a guitar you can take with you to put some tunes on for the punters?
Mate, if I've had, I reckon, 4 to 5 schooners, then yeah, I'm great on the guitar.
Excellent. Well, we know what we need to do to get the party started anyway. That sounds very good. Simon, it's a good time in New South Wales greyhound racing. As we've touched on, you're very busy, but it's exciting busy because it means that we've got all of these great races going on around the place with the $1 Million Chase seats. And I also want to give the credit that is deserved for the Dapto track. I know many of our listeners would have had many bets over the years at Dapto, particularly on a Thursday night. It's an iconic track in that iconic time slot. I think no more so than we've discussed it in the past when Nads was racing on the NRL footy show, and the publicity and promotion that this track has given greyhound racing over the years has been phenomenal. I love already to see the farewell program at Dapto. Some of the biggest callers from the history of the sport will be getting there on course and giving the track the farewell it deserves.
Yeah, you're spot on, Shorty. You've said nearly all there is to say. I tell you what, it's going to be hard yakka for people in the West to get over, but they're telling me it's going to be one hell of a party, mate. So if you want to come, get there early. They're saying 4,000 people. There's talk about opening up the other side of the track, which if you've been at Dapto in the last couple of years, it's pretty desolate of a Thursday night. There's not a lot of punters there, but they're saying it's going to be an absolute sellout. We've got all sorts of activities, not only for the punters and the greyhound enthusiasts, but for the kids and the families as well. Heaps of food, heaps of activity. You mentioned the race callers. That's going to be, well, for me anyway, one of the highlights of the night, getting these great voices and names down there to talk about Dapto. I'll be emceeing. I'm going to be talking to a bunch of, I guess, the historians around the place throughout the night. You're going to get a lot of insight into what Dapto used to be like, about the great days, the 80s and 90s, where there was betting rings full of people. There was bookies all over the place. There was heaps of good dogs going around. And the Megastar Heats, mate, for anyone that's had a look, the dogs.com.au tonight, we got 5 of them. And honestly, we couldn't have asked for anything more. Some of the best dogs in the country, arguably the 4 or 5 best dogs in New South Wales will be there. We hope that some of those good dogs get through to the final and make it the fitting farewell that it's going to be next week. But either way, the Megastar's promising to be one hell of a party, September 11.
Can't wait. And look, if you can't get across there, obviously there'll be many that won't be able to. Mate, if you've never watched thedogs.com.au, this is the night to make sure you tune in, because you're going to get access, as Simon's alluded to some of the biggest names in the sport, and some great stories, I'm sure, of years gone by of what has been an iconic greyhound racing venue. I must admit, I'll probably go close to shedding a tear there. It's been a special place for the sport, Dapto, and it's sad. I know that times move along and things are different in 2025, but when you've grown up with it, it's a little bit tough to watch some of these tracks go by the wayside.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Ronnie Arnold, I spoke to him last week. We've got a few social pieces coming out over the coming week ahead of the final, Shorty, and he said, I asked him, what are you going to miss most? He said, the name, Wentworth Park, Dapto, obviously Harold Park in a previous era. They were famous, synonymous names. You talk to people who were overseas holidaying, talking to other racegoers in Europe or across Asia, and they know about the Dapto dogs. It's everything to our sport, and it has been for so long. But as you mentioned, we've got to get going to other tracks and other places. We've seen what's happened in Queensland with the Q. A bunch of our team went up there last week for the Nationals, and they were just blown away by the professionalism, I guess, of this amazing facility which hosts 3 different tracks. And maybe that's the future. Who knows? We've got our optimisation plan coming in the next couple of months, and we'll find out more about the future of tracks here in New South Wales. But get on down to Dapto, mate. I can also just sprinkle out here, there's going to be a special keepsake on offer, not to everyone who gets in, but to a bunch of people after the last. So not only will the last race be held, whoever wins it's going to get a special token of appreciation, being the last ever winner at Dapto. Then, mate, it'll be up to me to hopefully welcome people maybe onto the surface to just pick up a little something from Dapto. I can't wait to get inundated with hopefully thousands of people, and it'll be a fitting farewell to what's been a great place for a lot of greyhound enthusiasts.
I love it. It's going to be special. We'll find out the latest next Thursday here on the program, but can't wait for it. The big farewell for that splendid track that has been at Dapto. All right, Simon, I'll handball across to you now. You can fill us in on who you like around the grounds over the next few days of chasing in New South Wales.
Yeah, it's fitting, mate, that we focus on the $1 Million Chase today. So I'll run you through Casino, Dapto, and then maybe 1 or 2 at Wentworth Park. Casino this afternoon, I think it's 5:22 New South Wales time. Race 8, number 1, Integrity Shirl. She's a ripper for Robbie Andrews and owned by Alan Hilsinger, who obviously used to work for the GBOTA. I think she's really well boxed inside. Race 8, number 1, Integrity Shirl to win Casino Heat of the $1 Million Chase. We go to Dapto tonight. There's a bunch of bets here that I like. Sooty Keeping, race 5, number 2. Opened around $3 into $2.50. If she's come back from Queensland in the same sort of form that she has been in, she's going to be mighty hard to beat. So that's 5-2 Sooty Keeping. If you want a multi, I reckon you can put 6-4 Taumina and 9-1 Good Odds Cobber together. They're both getting on the shorter side now, but gee whiz, they're both beautifully boxed to lead and to win. And the best value at Dapto tonight, I reckon it's race 8, number 2, Speedy Pie. Gee, it's a hell of a race. Speedy Pie in 2, Jungle Johnny 3, Gets Laid Earlier, Group 1 winner in 4, Lakeview Emily in 6, Skedaddle Arlo, Bidgie Cup, almost won that last week in 8, but Speedy Pie, just to jump, to run, to lead, and hopefully win at a good price. So that's 8-2 Speedy Pie. If you want to play at Wenty Park tonight, race 9, number 8, My Bread Roll is the best bet there. And then just one quickly for Saturday, race 8 at Wenty, number 3, Forged Iron for Mark Gatt. Gave us a little lead in this morning, said it's the best of his kennel over the next coming days, and a dog that has been a pretty good acquisition for him as well. So there you go. A host of tips, but make sure you tune in. Thedogs.com.au tonight. You'll get all the action and reaction from Dapto, from Casino, as we steamroll, Shorty, towards, I reckon, one of the biggest nights on a racetrack in the last decade, next week, the Megastar final.
Spot on, Simon. It's going to be really, really special. And for people like myself that have been following the sport for a really long period of time, it'll be a nostalgic evening and one that I'm really looking forward to seeing your coverage there online. And flooding back, I'm sure the memories will be flooding back from years gone by. In recap, for Simon over the next little bit, Casino race 8, number 1, Wentworth Park tonight, race 9, number 8, Dapto race 5, number 2, race 6, number 4, race 9, number 1. You can multi them up. The values race 8, number 2, Speedy Pie, and then Wentworth Park Saturday night, race 8, number 3, Forged Iron. Magnificent work, Simon, to yourself and all the team over there. All the very best for these $1 million chase heats all over the place, and I'll be watching closely tonight the Dapto Megastar. Already looking forward to our chat next week.
Good on you, mate. Hooroo.
There we have it. Simon Orchard joining us to round out Great Greys on this Thursday morning. If you've missed any of the tips on the way through, I'll be posting them up a little later in the afternoon up on the Tab Touch blog and also across our social media channels. A big thanks to the Shane Train Williams, Jason Campbell, Neil Brown, Sean Matheson and Simon Orchard for their time on this Thursday morning, and also to the main man, Matty McDermott, as always, putting it all together, doing a wonderful job. Appreciate that, Matty. Have a ripper Thursday to yourself and everybody tuned in. Wishing you all many winners.